Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and the Arrow Fastener Company has been around since about 1929, and it has converted now to what is known as the Arrow Tool Group, and actually SK seems to belong to part of that. It probably has an umbrella above the Arrow name, but anyway, Arrow is just synonymous with staplers, rivets, fasteners, different things like that. And obviously we see things like the Arrow staples all over the place. That's just, it's almost the Kleenex of staples. Well, they have gotten into the tool business. Now, obviously, these are tools that they have been making, like the staplers, fasteners, all kinds of things. But there are a whole bunch of new tools coming with the Arrow branding. This one that I'm going to look at here is the Arrow 6-inch flush side cutting plier, or HT03018A, and it is a sub $10 flush cut plier that looks like it's forged, and the forging on this looks really good. There it is. I have not cut a single thing with this. We're gonna find out together. When I hold it up to the light, I can see a really nice closure there. Little bit of light at the bottom till you squeeze. Nice, silky smooth, dipped handles. When you look at that, definitely quite flush. I can just pick up a slight nick where that is, so we'll see how it compares to some classics like these icons here. Look at that. That's what it looks like. But anyway, if you go to the Arrow website, and I've got it linked below, there are a ton of new tools coming soon, they say. So we'll see what Arrow does. A lot of them are the classics that you would expect, things that that tool companies, you know, getting into the business of selling tools start out with, a lot of basics. But this one to me seemed like quite a nice design. For a kind of an entry-level flush cut plier. So let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to put a little back pressure on this and snip it. There's just a little bit sticking out. Let's try it again. I'll go a little lower this time. Sometimes you see that little bump down there. What happens is it doesn't cut at that point. Some have those, some don't. I missed it there. Okay, here we go. You know, that is darn close to flush. Try it again. Put it right up there. I'll hold it one-handed. Plenty good for the price. Let's try it on a little bit bigger one. Right here. Try it at the top. Excellent. Where are these made? That's at the bottom, near the bottom. Nice and flush. Take a closer look right here. That's what it looks like. They are made in China, but I guess if you're part of the SK group, that one's a little bit off. So not quite as flush. Here's what an icon or a snap-on looks like. As you may remember, I did a video comparing the icon and the snap-on under a microscope, and the icon was actually just a hair better at the microscopic level right there. And now let's go back to the Arrow. Plenty good to probably have the moniker of flush cut. Nice, silky smooth, spring-loaded design. One of the things is these are a fragile plier. I'm definitely going to put something around the handles to keep it from being open. But even Icon, these sell for, I can't remember, like 29 bucks or something, which is outrageous for an Icon plier. And then the snap-on ones are pushing 80. There are a lot of other options, probably in the 30s and maybe down into the 20s, with some Japanese ones, some German ones. I've had Knipex. But these are like 8 bucks. So there's that. I don't know. And Arrow is coming for a lot of the brands, so we're going to see a lot more about Arrow. And in this case, these Arrow pliers, I think, are a great entry point if you want a flush cutter. And, you know, they're riding on the Arrow name, which is an American company, started in 1929, and now I guess it's going international. We'll see. And with that, Doc out.